Welcome to Airborne Flight Training. Coming up on this week's episode, number of airline transport pilots rising for 2022. Ohio's Wright State to offer pilot training as electives. ANG's first female fighter pilot takes to the skies. And I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. Number of airline transport pilots rising for 2022. The pilot shortage may see a small respite of sorts as statisticians dig into FAA numbers to see that 9,087 freshly certified commercial airline pilots have been minted in the last 12 months, besting 2019 numbers by nearly 2,500 pilots. The Airline Pilots Association is happy to see the improvement, as Captain Joe DePete announced at the association's annual Air Safety Forum. The number of forecasted ATP MELs created could reach 10,000 new airline-ready pilots should the current trend hold. The numbers were underscored by a new advertising campaign from the association that seeks to inform the flying public about the, quote, airline's attempts to undermine pilot training and safety rules, end quote. Quote, since the passage of the Airline Safety and Federal Aviation Administration Extension Act of 2010 and the regulations that resulted, we have reduced airline passenger fatalities by 99.8%. Yet, despite these life-saving results underpinned by data, some in the airline industry are attempting to distort the facts and manipulate the indisputable data about pilot supply. ALPA will oppose with its full weight these and any other efforts to evade, undermine, weaken, or repeal first officer qualification, experience, and training requirements, end quote, said DePete. And after the break, Air Combat Command Chief calls for more USAF fighters.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/rusty today for details.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
If it looks good, it usually flies good. The Bristol series of aircraft is proof of that. Furthering their legacy of safety and efficiency, Bristol is proud to feature the Rotax 915 IS Turbo in the current lineup of aircraft. The 915 IS Turbo power plant offers more power than ever before in a light sport aircraft. Learn more about Bristol at www.sportflyingusa.com.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some other interesting stories. Air Combat Command Chief calls for more USAF fighters. The USAF needs more pilots. Air Combat Command General Mark Kelly has called for dramatically increased taxpayer monies to be allocated to the acquisition of new Air Force fighter aircraft. That an Air Force general should demand more airplanes is canonical. That he should do so while refusing to make public the most recent study of the USAF's tactical air requirements is anything but. General Kelly alleged the USAF's current complement of 48 fighter squadrons and 9 attack squadrons is being prevailed upon to do the work of 60. EAA posthumously inducts Pappy Spinks to International Aerobatic Club. The International Aerobatic Club Hall of Fame will induct Maurice Hunter Spinks, or Pappy as many called him, into the International Aerobatic Club Hall of Fame on November 10th. Spinks will be one of 4 individuals to be honored by the EAA as a part of its annual Sport Aviation Halls of Fame program in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Though long departed, Spinks left an indelible mark on the art of aerobatic flight, acting as president of the Aerobatic Club of America and the sponsor of the U.S. National Aerobatic Championships. Florida's flying classroom goes to Virginia. Experience Aviation, based in Miami, Florida at the Opa-locka Executive Airport, will be conducting a STEM-filled day of hands-on activities at the Newport News Williamsburg International Airport in Virginia on September 29th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Experience Aviation seeks to inspire and amaze kids through innovative STEM learning opportunities revolving around aviation called the Flying Classroom. U.S. military recruitment at record low. With only 3 months remaining in the fiscal year, the U.S. Army has met only 40% of its fiscal year 22 recruitment goal. The U.S. Space Force stands to recruit only 500 personnel in fiscal year 22, and the U.S. Air Force, consistently the highest drawing of the U.S.'s military services, will, in 2022, fail to meet its recruitment goal for the first time in 23 years. The federal government has allegedly demonstrated apparent indifference to the well-being of America's soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. That's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. Ohio's Wright State to offer pilot training as electives. Wright State University and First Flight Aviation will be teaming up to offer flight training near the birthplace of aviation itself in Huffman Prairie, Ohio. The trustees of Wright State University have passed a resolution approving the provision of pilot training classes in the course catalog, allowing enrolled students to take them as electives. That method allows a more free approach to pilot licensure, allowing students to pick whatever major they please while working toward their certificates. Such a system stands apart from the norm in some schools, where flight school courses are gatekept for those within the appropriately aviation-themed majors. The flight training classes will be offered by First Flight Aviation, allowing the school to hit the ground running and begin far sooner than they would if they had chosen to make their own in-house flight department. First Flight President Glenn Crawford said, quote, "I think this new partnership will be a huge value to students and the region. First Flight Aviation offers a professional pilot training program and provides students with a comprehensive educational experience. Ratings we offer include private pilot, commercial pilot, instrument, multi-engine, and certified flight instructor," end quote. And after these messages, ANG's first female fighter pilot takes to the skies.
Throughout the globe, Piper Aircraft has hand-selected the very best in company representation, service, and support. From first inquiry to acquisition to product support, Piper Aircraft ownership is seamless and worry-free. Piper Aircraft authorized dealers, factory trained, factory connected.
Aviation Safety Resources is disrupting the market for aircraft emergency parachute recovery systems. ASR systems are smaller, lighter weight, and offer longer repack cycles than similar products available in the current market. ASR has a recovery system available for every type of aircraft: sport, experimental, light sport, general aviation, urban air mobility, vertical takeoff and landing, electric propulsion, and unmanned aerial systems. Find the right product for your aircraft at aviationsafetyresources.com.
Welcome back. ANG's first female fighter pilot takes to the skies. The United States Air National Guard's first Lieutenant Klsey Flannery took to the skies earlier this month, piloting an F-35A Lightning II fighter jet, having recently completed 3 years of training with the Vermont National Guard. Lieutenant Flannery is a member of the 134th Fighter Squadron that has a long history and strong reputation going all the way back to World War II, and sees the importance of retaining that heritage. Lieutenant Flannery comes from a military family where her father previously served as a pilot in the U.S. Air Force. Women have been officially flying combat aircraft for just under 30 years, having been granted that access in 1993, thanks to the trails blazed by other female aviators, a fact not entirely lost on Lieutenant Flannery, who stated, quote, "There's definitely been a trail blazed already. I'm really grateful to the women who have done that," end quote. Lieutenant Flannery stated that her being the first female to pilot an F-35 was never a thing, nobody brought it up, and, quote, "I feel very much like an equal here. People just treat me like a wingman, and it's great as it allows me to focus more on flying," end quote. Women still make up less than 7% of the overall pilot population. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching!